Hello and welcome. This is the Excel that you download from TestPro website, the Excel that will enable you to prepare your test content, because right now we are looking at test content management. What we are seeing right here is the section definition sheet of the test content Excel sheet. Now you see there are so many. We have question listing and section instruction. Now I want you to know that this is how it will look like when you download it. Don't modify the names of this sheet. Don't modify the header of each of the column. You can modify any other thing. You are supposed to even modify all these things because they are not exactly what you want. Those examples are just there for you to be able to to try things out. Now the questions also, the questions are here in the question listing sheet. The questions are here. The number is just a way of identifying each of the question as in serial order. This is the serial number. Don't modify the header, like I said. Keep the body. You can modify every record. These are just samples for you. You can modify anything below the header, and please don't modify the name of the sheet. So we'll be going through each one of them. How do we get this sheet? If you remember in the previous video we discussed how you get the sheet. Let me take you quickly to TestPro site and show you how we got the sheet. All you need to do is just log into your account. You can't get this without logging in. Log into your account, go to services. On the services you will see many tabs. Please click on the upload and download. In the upload and download you will see all the download sheets that you have. I think majority of them are Excel, so you can just pick a test creation. A test creation sheet is what you need. Once you download it, that Excel sheet is what you get. You can now decide on what you want to do with it. As in the purpose of that Excel sheet, generally speaking, is for you to put your content, upload, you come back here and choose a file to upload and upload it back. Then you have your content. You can now apply it to any set you want to apply it to. Let's go back to the Excel sheet and look at how you can modify it. Now I'm going to modify this one, though we have some things there, so I'm going to modify it. I'm going to change this. Let's change the section to 1 to 4 instead of 1 and 2 that came with the Excel sheet. So I'm going to make 1 to 4, and let me just put some things here, like let me say arithmetic, like we have arithmetic, algebra, let me say science, and current affairs. Let's say we have such a test that has all these kind of sections. Now the section header is what you see. This where we are is section definition. In the section definition, what you are doing there is simply what you are defining the sections. Now, so what I want you to know now is that this section, now we have section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, and the name of the section is what you are typing here. This name will appear somewhere in your test. It's going to appear at the head of the section throughout all the questions. You will see it there on top, so that you will always know you are in section algebra or you are in section arithmetic. It's going to appear on our test. You will see how it will appear when we finish. You can compare the Excel sheet later with the appearance, because you'll be able to see how it appears at the end of this thing. By the time you apply it to a test that is already defined, by the time you apply this content to that test, to whatever test we choose to apply it to, you will see how it will appear. Now if you go to here, if you come here, you will see some, what they call section header. Section header is more like like the heading part of the section. You see, whatever you put in this place, I want you to know that in this particular sheet you are looking at, this section sheet, it will appear on every question, as in on every question in that section. If you put anything, everything you put here will appear on all questions that falls under section 1. So all questions that fall under section 1, we have arithmetic, and we have this section 1 header. Okay, let me put something there. Okay, let's just leave it like that. Section 1 header, section 2 header. This header, you might choose to make it more. Let me just do like this. Oh no, this is not what I want. I want this to be section 3 header, section 4 header. Now this is going to be the header part of the test. It's going to appear in the header part of the test. Now if you want to put a comprehension, this is the place to put a comprehension. If it's a comprehension kind of question, the reason is because the question will now this place, it will appear in the body of the test, and it will appear on each of the question in that section. So in section 1 now, whatever you put here, let's say we put H, this H will appear in the body section of all questions in section 1. So what we are going to do now, we are going to leave them blank. Let's leave it blank. We will populate later. There's a place where you can modify this thing. Even after uploading, you can still modify, tweak, and change everything you have to suit you to in any way you want. So please, let's leave that one out right now. Let's move to the next thing. Now we have question. We are through with this one. We have 4 sections, and we have section header and section body. Now let's go to question. The question also, you see we have some questions here already done for you. I put this example to show you how you should do it. Please put your number in front of your question, because this thing is universal. It's going to support multiple language, so we are not numbering the question for you. We only display it according to, if you want it to be serialized, not randomized, then it's going to be displayed in this order. But if that is not your intent, then whatever your intention is, please put your number in front here. If you don't put it, nothing is put for the person, so nobody actually know what number they are. So if you want that to be, if you consider that as an option, then great, don't put any number in front of this question. Now we have 1 economist. It's telling you that question number 1 is economist. No, so if you don't want, you can simply remove that one, and economist will carry no as option. Take note of this. Question number 1, we have removed 1 from it, so it won't carry any option in front of it. Now serial number is just a way of ordering your thing. It's just a way of saying this is number 1, number 2, to keep track of how many questions you are typing in. Now if this is useful if you are doing a test practice, like I told you, is a practice session, and therefore you can choose to provide answer explanation. So you can just put because blah blah blah. So like that you can fill all these things up. The beauty of this is that your question, by the time you are typing test here, let's assume your question is going to be a picture, or is going to be something graphical. It's compulsory you put something here, because it is required for you to have a question. This is not required. You might not have an answer option, you might not have answer explanation, so this can be blank. Like a retest, you don't put anything here. In a retest, you simply leave it blank. Please don't put anything here. If it's a retest, you don't want to explain to the person what the answer is. Though in retest they cannot see show answer, so they will not be able to see your answer option, but still don't put it, since you don't really need, nobody needs it. It's a retest. The solution is known to you, so there shouldn't be any answer explanation. So you don't put anything in this section, in this column that I'm navigating through. Now this is section. This section tells the engine what section to put each of these questions. Now I'm going to change it to, no, let's change it to 3.3. I want to make this so that all of them is spread out. Then I don't want to type any questions, so I'm going to just change it 4.4. So these 2 will fall under section 4. These 2 will fall under section 2. This will fall under section 3. This will fall under section 1. That is just what we have done. Now let's go to the next section, this next column. The next column, you see 111. This 111 is the mark. You can choose to give them a different value for each of the mark. That means somebody might score 3 if he gets this particular question. Fine, the engine is smart enough to know and mark and award the right answer, the right mark. Now if all the options you select tally with the right answer, then you get your mark. Let's say you have a multiple answer question, like maybe there are 2 or 3 answers correct in a series of 7 answers. Then if the person got the whole 2, because it's 2 answers that are correct, then he will get his full mark. If he misses any one of them, he or she misses any one of them, it's not going to get any mark. That is that. For negative marking, you provide the value. If you provide the value, put a value. You could put 1 or whatever value you put there is what is going to be deducted when the person fail the question. If you put half, the person will lose half. Half will be deducted from the person. If you put 0.5, 0.5 will be half will be deducted from the person, like that. So that's what we are looking at now. Let's move on. That's for negative. Now next come your answer option. Your answer option are always in order answer option if it's correct or wrong. So here now, that means answer, like in this question number 1, answer option A is not correct, answer number B is correct. If it's not correct, don't put anything, just leave it blank. Answer number C is not correct, D not correct, E not correct. Now this is showing you E, doesn't mean you are limited to E. Do you know what you can have? Even J, K, Z, you can have up to, I think from what I can remember, you can have thousands of answer options based on the design. Now your answer options does not have to be the same. They don't have to be 5 5 5 5 A B C D A B C D. Question A might have A B C D E, question B might have A B C D, question E might have A B C D E F G H I J K F L M N O P Q R S T, whatever number of answer option. You get my point. The point is that you can have variable answer option and you can have uniform answer option. It's up to you. One thing I want you to know is that in the design of our testing engine, you can choose to put picture as your question, but you cannot put picture in Excel. We don't accept picture in Excel. So if your question is going to be picture, please type something. Just type something. You will clean it off and replace it with picture. If your answer option can also be a picture or a text. Now if your answer option or is a particular kind of illustration, then type something there and get to our test. When you get to our platform, you can modify it. You pick up the question and modify the content, and you can design it, color it, paint it, do whatever you like with it, because we are improving, and although what we have now is it supports a lot of formats, we are still going to improve it more, but we still want to support Excel for easy access and easy modification offline. So I want you to take note of this. So please type something in your question and say that number. This is not necessary. You might not put anything there. Please put a section. Is compulsory. Put a mark is compulsory. Your negative mark is not compulsory. Your options is not compulsory. You might, if a question does not have any option at all, it automatically switch that question to theory. Our engine, we assume, is a theory based question, so it's going to leave a space for the person to type, create a place where the person can type, draw pictures and do whatever he or she wants to do. So that is that for the question sheet. Please stay to this question sheet. We did a little bit modification. We are going to use this as it is. If there's any problem we're having with this question, please don't hesitate to contact us so that we know if there's any bug anywhere, so that we can kill it. Now, section. In the section, please, the section is section. I call it section instruction. This is section definition. Section definition, like I told you, these are where you define your sections, the name of your sections, what is the header section of your section, what is the body section of your section. I told you whatever you put here appear on every question in that particular section. Whatever you put on this line 1, this section 1, is what will appear on every question in section 1. Please take note. Alright, now for the section instruction. Now if you are writing WAEC, for example, or you are writing GCE, you are writing any of those popular West African exams, you will know that there used to be a front page where you will read the instruction. That is why we create this place. In this place, what we are trying to do is that you can create many pages of instruction before the person start taking the test. What it does now is that you define what instruction page is this. Let me enlarge this so that you see it properly. Which instruction page is it? This is instruction page 1. You want this to appear first as the first instruction page. Then you say what section. Now I need to know what section number, as in what section is this. So this is section 1. So this is going to be the first thing that will appear in section 1, because it's going to be the first instruction page. Instruction always appear before the section. The engine will automatically bring this sheet first. Look at this now in section 1. Also now you are saying this is section 2, instruction page 2 for section 1. So that means this page will appear first, this particular instruction page, that we have this header and this body. Then this one will appear second, because this is the second instruction page. Look at the header, section instruction page, the heading of the column. Now so you see 2 means that is page 2. 1 is still fall under section 1, means this is going to be the second instruction page of section 1. This is what will appear in the heading section of the instruction page. This is what will appear in the body. Don't worry, you can even leave all these things blank. The beauty of this is that even if you leave it blank, make sure you keep 2, 1 and type anything you like it. Type anything you like it. You can go into our platform and modify it to suit whatever you want. This is how you do the instruction page. This is now page 1 of instruction 2. Let's do page 1 of instruction 3, page 2 of instruction 3. I'm going to leave them blank. Page 1 of instruction 4 of section 4, page 2 of section 4. Now what I'm trying to tell you now, we have two pages, but I'm not putting anything there. Maybe I just put a placeholder, something to just put something there. Later I will show you where you modify this. You can modify, just type something. There's a particular question I even created that I didn't have any question here. All I did was just type A1. Just remember the format, that this is always number and this is letter. You don't have to put anything here because this is explanation. Explanation is allowed now, but your question must be here, or else your sheet, the whole of sheet, will bounce back. It will never receive. So you have to be careful. We are validating this thing, so we are checking if you are trying to put the right input. Your question is compulsory, your answer option is not compulsory, your section number is compulsory, your mark is compulsory. You don't have to put the negative mark. Your option is not compulsory. You can put or not put it. Well, I think that's good enough for now. If you have any question, don't hesitate to call us. That will be that for test modification of test content. And next video show you how to upload and use this content you have modified. Thank you for listening. My name is Odenka Lubumi.